What's up,
What's
baby?
up, everyone? How we doing? Ace the Kid, Jordy here with me, and Maximiliano. We're doing a little weekend market recap here on Wolf Financial and stock market news, of course. Just kind of looking back, where are we at? Me and Jordy were talking about this on Fridays. We get that weekly candle printed. We like to look at it, so thought we'd jump on, kind of talk about some stuff. We'll go over some stuff that happened this week, kind of look at some where the charts are at, and maybe take a peek ahead, but just kind of get some thoughts in here and a little weekend recap is what we're going to do here.
It's been a crazy week, bro, honestly. We were talking about it on the StockTwitch show this morning, just everything going on with Trump and Elon yesterday, obviously. I think we said it today in Spaces. We're pretty glad that didn't just end things for the week on like a Friday yesterday. That would have been really weird for the market. I think we've gotten too many weeks where we're ending on like big news like that, and I think it's a little crazy. So I'm glad we kind of end, I guess, on a mellower note than we have the past few weeks.
For sure, yeah. First off, we do want to shout out our friends over at Vista Shares. Vista Shares have created a bunch of these really cool ETFs. They just launched one this week. I'm going to throw it up here for everyone to see. Wild, which I love this ticker name. Obviously, I love the animal that's sitting right here, the wolf, right here on the main page. You go to vistashares.com. This will be on your main page. If you click Wild, you can check it out. What this one does is super interesting. It's basically 2x leverage ETF, but it's with all of these big beta, big moving companies, right? So right now it's these five. You have Meta, MicroStrategy, Palantir, and SMCI and Tesla, which, boy, that's an interesting one to have in here. They do rebalance this. They flip. So I guess it could be five completely different companies. It's rare that would happen, but we had Adam Patty on, describing to us, but really interesting. Basically, you're getting 2x leverage of all these. So if you put in $1, it's $2 worth of exposure, and it's like 40% in each one of these. So pretty interesting there. So 5 names, 40%. Check that one out. They have some other cool ones, AIS and some of the other ones we've talked about before, but this one's brand new, so I wanted to throw it on everyone's radar here.
Yeah, they have a ton of ETFs, but I think this one's dope. I was kind of learning about this one a little more recently because it's a little bit newer, so I'm not as educated on it. But graphic. Yeah, and I love the names. I mean, awesome. Those names are big names we're talking about all the time, so it makes sense that it's called Wild for sure.
This other one, this AIS one, like I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this. So just go dig into it a little bit. This one's interesting because we were talking about what are the picks and shovels? What is behind the AI play? So not like maybe who's going to benefit from AI or spend a bunch on AI, but who's making it up. You can see all the holdings here. It's kind of interesting. They have, like Micron, some of these names like Vertiv, some of these names we hear about on Spaces. But anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. Big shout out to Vista Shares. We appreciate them. And Jordan, I know you've got your screen ready. Here's just a quick look. And I'm going to go to a weekly chart here. And I'm just going to turn off everything. We're just going to hide all. Here's a weekly SPX chart. This is where we're at. Big old gap still sitting down there, but we pushed higher and we closed higher on this week. Even with the ugly day we had yesterday, your SPY chart looks about the same. QQQ, even higher. I mean, look how far. We're almost there, Jordy.
We are almost
there.
The high
today of 1.4% from all-time high.
Yeah, and we got the S&P 500 rebalance
good call out
at
from
515,
Yeah, good call. I was going to hit some on that. I'm excited to see who that is. I'll be watching stock market news, of course, our friend Evan. We will definitely be watching to see who gets in. Hood, does it get in? Paper Gains, who's a huge Hood fan, he was skeptical. AppLovin mentioned some other things. There was a tweet from Evan the other day about who Bank of America thinks is going to get in. So it'd definitely be interesting there to see what happens. If you can hear that in my background, I'm so sorry.
You're good. Somebody said, what ETF do I buy? I would say don't even go and buy any ETFs. Just put them on your watch list and see which ones would work for you, right? They're all compiled of different sectors and different companies. Figure out which one you're kind of interested in, right? Obviously AI is a big one, right? Some of the names we were talking about in Wild, those are big names, right? If you're interested in trading those names, and that's when I would kind of lean towards those towards those ones. But just add them to your watch list and keep watch on them. Honestly, that's what I would say. You don't even need to buy them, in my opinion. I would just say put the ones that are interested to you on the watch list and keep an eye on them. If they come into spots you're interested in, that's when you can make a decision to actually pull the trigger on something. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it is very interesting. ETFs, SPY is an ETF, by the way. That's a good callback for anyone that maybe forgot. SPY, QQQ, those are ETFs as well. Obviously, we're not recommending that you buy or sell anything here. We just want to put stuff on your radar. And if you're interested in AI, if you're interested in some of these high beta names that are really moving, and having professionals, set up some of this stuff for you, that's what we were trying to do here, is just put that on your radar. So I'm going to do that. You know what? We can talk about this first, Jordy. I'm going to find that tweet from...
Ain't no way Coin gets in and Hood doesn't.
Let me find this.
I think that was Raymond that actually said that on the Spaces today, in the comments. But I kind of agree. If Coin gets in, I would think Robinhood is better than Coin, in my opinion. I would think they'd be getting in over Coin, but obviously Coin's already there. So with that, I kind of agree. I would think Hood kind of has to get in there, but maybe we're wrong. We'll see. I didn't really get too many extra thoughts from Paper on why he thought that. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. Did you hear anything, Emp, on why he thought they weren't going to get in?
Yeah, a little bit. So here's... I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Let me hide that. Okay, here's the what Bank of America thinks. So Robinhood is on here. AppLovin, Carvana, that's an interesting one. Ares Management, Viva, Flutter. Ooh, I don't even know that one. LNG, and Interactive Brokers. So it would be interesting if Interactive Brokers got in and Hood didn't. To Raymond's point, Coin just getting in. The thing that they can't do is just put in all the same types of companies over and over, though, too, right? They have to keep some type of mix, or at least you would think they're going to keep some type of mix. They're not going to be like, oh, let's throw in, we put Coin in, now let's throw in Hood and Interactive Brokers, and you start to get too heavy one side or the other. So that's kind of my thoughts around there. Paper was just saying Hood, is it still a little bit too early for them? Now remember, Palantir went on a saga to try to get in for a long time, right? That was something that was going on. Palantir, every rebalance, it was it would run up into the end and it would sell off 5-6%. This is back when it was trading in the $20 range, because the same thing was happening over and over. So I just want to remind people of that. Just be careful, but it will be interested, because once they get in, then you have a lot of money that starts buying them, right? They start getting a lot of inflows that come into these names because they are in the actual index at that point. So we'll see what happens. Like Evan was saying, 5:15 p.m. Eastern. which what time is it right now? 4:30. So probably after we get done, who knows? We may be around by then, but I'll be watching it as we get some other work done this afternoon. But here's a tweet from Stock Market News right here. Our friend Evan. If you're not following Stock Market News, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You need to check them out. And you know, free shout out. You know, just because I like Evan, free shout out. I hate reading newsletters. I just do. I'm just not a big like sit down and read a newsletter. I'd rather watch a video. I'd rather listen to somebody tell me about it. But if there's one newsletter that I will open every single day, right? Every once in a while I'll open up somebody else, but I will open Evans every single day and look back and see what happened and catch up. I mean, a crazy day like yesterday, especially. But either way, shout out to Evan. I'm sure there's a link in his bio where you go get that free newsletter. But either way, back to the charts. Let's talk about what happened this week. I'm going to throw it over to Jordy in just a second. Here's the quick view. 1.4% away from all-time highs. At the close, we were actually probably, 1.6 or so. 2.2%. 2% off of all-time highs on QQQ. SPY, 2.3%. Boy, we're not far away. We are not far away at all. Oh, Jordy disappeared on me over there.
Wait, what the? Oh,
your camera. There you are. All right.
Good.
But yeah, that's the main thing. Some of the other things, obviously, Tesla, the shooting star, follow through, gap fill. Who knows what's going to happen here? Maybe we can talk about that in a minute. Some of the other big names still looking strong. Broadcom reported, so they're going to have that's an ugly weekly candle, but
yeah,
new all-time highs and then report. CrowdStrike was the other one that reported this week while making all-time highs. And you see kind of they did the same thing. They got bought back up just a little bit, so they're hanging in there still. I'll tell you one of the not so great looking ones. Lululemon reported yesterday. They were down 20% today. Poor Lulu. I guess I don't know if Lulu's going out of style or what.
I don't know. It's not the big hype anymore. You know, you gotta follow whatever your wives are buying.
Yeah, it's all Shein now or whatever. Shein.
I don't know. Bunch of companies that aren't public yet. So.
All right. Here's your NQ and ES weekly charts. They look pretty similar, but that's a constructive look, honestly. I mean, that really is a little hooky right here. It looks nice. Hooky. So, all right, Jordy, you really study and play these higher time frames. So I'm going to let you kind of go over your thoughts on what you're seeing higher time frame. If you want to hit NQ, if you want to hit ES or whatever, any other charts, go ahead, take it away. I want to see your higher time frame thoughts here.
Let's do it. All right, I got a bunch of shit on my chart, actually. So let me kind of clean this up just a little bit here. But obviously, we're kind of just chopping in this range here. I'm just on a 15-minute chart for the intraday here. It's a pretty choppy range. We really didn't do too much on the intraday. But when you kick it up to a higher time frame, I find it interesting where we're trading here. So we have a big spot that we've been sitting in. And which I know this was actually a target for us from a while ago, kind of leading into the upside of things here. But we've been just playing around in this big weekly imbalance here that we created when we first started tanking at the beginning of the year. We sold off and created this bearish weekly order flow, right? And that had never been tapped into for a long time. And the thing with imbalances for value gaps in general, especially on the higher time frame, is these things are inefficiencies in the market. Right? And they need to get rebalanced too. That's one of the reasons the market is actually moving. It's rebalancing to these areas because this is where orders are getting filled, all in this dead space. And so that became a big spot for us in the past few weeks to target. And now we've just been hanging out in here, really. And in my opinion, if we were going to be extremely bearish, we shouldn't have been spending this much time within this imbalance. So I've definitely been a little more bullish on the higher time frames, especially when you kick it to a monthly chart. You can delete that and literally just be listening to this here, right? This here on a monthly, it's a similar thing. We created massive bearish order flow to the downside, right? Selling off at the beginning of the year. If we were extremely bearish, in my opinion, we should not have even ran through this at all, right? We can trade into it for sure, even above it. But this month, if we were extremely bearish, should have closed inside of it. You guys will hear me on Spaces all the time. I'll say, wicks do the damage, bodies tell the narrative, right? The wick could have done the damage here, closed below this fair value gap, right? Closed inside of it. and the wick would have done the damage. The body would have told the story of, no, we're respecting this imbalance, but that didn't happen, right? We ran completely through that, and we're closing above it, violating that bearish order flow, and we're turning it into bullish order flow.
I like
right?
how we also
What's that?
So the down month we had,
Yeah,
we basically held the opening of that at the bottom of this month. So the current candle that you have right there at the bottom.
yeah.
No, not that one.
This one?
The one that we're currently in. So like
Yes.
So that right there, it's like holding the high from that down, like the March or whatever that was.
Exactly.
It's holding that. So that
100%.
to me, that's a good look. Like we opened right there. You see the wick like matches the candle, like the candle body at the open of that month. I actually like that look.
I do like it as well.
I hadn't noticed that before.
Yeah, it's an interesting look for sure. So, I mean, something I'm noticing, you guys have probably heard me say this on Spaces, is we did just come off of a really big trendy month, right? We ripped about 2,000 points, a little over it. Very trendy to the upside. Like I said, completely violating all this order flow in this bearish area that should have respected us, and we didn't, right? So that's telling me, okay, things are going the other way. But we're also still pretty early in this month, right? It's only, what day is it, Em? The 6th? It's only the 6th, right? So in my opinion, it's hard to say. I do think we're going to all-time highs in this market, sheerly just from us doing this here. But it doesn't mean we have to go there in a straight line, right? Even though this isn't very far away, I do think we need to rebalance to be able to get there. And so what that would look like, in my opinion, is after trendy days, after trendy 4-hour candles, 1-hour candles, after trendy sessions in general, what do we look for generally? We look for that half-back move, that 50% retracement. You'll hear Paper talk about it all the time. We'll have a big trendy day. He'll say, I'm looking for the half-back test, and we're looking for that continuation off that area, or maybe even half-back of a gap we've made overnight, something like that, right? Similar here. We just came off of a huge, raging, trendy month. I know we're all euphoric and bullish here, and I do think we're going to get to these all-time highs, but I would really like to see a pullback to the 50% retracement of the month, which would be sitting right at this 770 area. If you bump down the time frame now, what does that line up with? Well, it lines up with the low of this daily range we just broke out of a little bit, right? So we did just break out of that, and we are holding these daily areas, and like we held daily bullish order flow here. We have a daily fair value gap that we never broke below. If we did break below that, I would have thought these come into play earlier in the week, but this week we got a lot more bullish than I thought we'd be. So this is where my thoughts have kind of been like, okay, if we're going to stay bullish on the higher time frame and just respect all these areas, respect daily fair value here, right? We're kind of still trading above that. So as long as we're above that, we still have potential for this 22,000 again. I talked about untapped inefficiencies, untapped fair value gaps. They need to get rebalanced to it sometime, right? At some point. It's hard to always know when, but we have another daily fair value gap just sitting here that's never been traded into. You have this is also a previous week high. If I were to go to a weekly chart, this is another high we sold off from, right? So there's reason to go there, but at the same time, I'm looking for this monthly retracement, right? So it's a little bit of a mixed bag there. And that's where I'm kind of trying to listen to the higher time frame more, which is telling me, hey, again, untapped inefficiencies. We just inverted this bearish order flow. I'd like to see a tap back into that. That would line up with the 50% retracement, that daily range low. You see how these things start to align up with each other, right? And I get multiple points of confluences in this area. So it's basically just a matter of, if we end up trading down here, I know, okay, cool, I can be bearish down to here, but that's about it, right? 1,000 points lower, I can't really be bearish anymore, because this is exactly where I'm looking for the market to rebalance on a higher time frame and then go higher into all-time highs. So it's kind of my thoughts of what I'm thinking for going into next week. Also, just again, a little lesson on how candlesticks move, right? Every candlestick in the world that's bullish, no matter what time frame, opens up, manipulates lower, moves higher, and closes, right? And every bearish candle is the exact opposite. Opens up, manipulates higher, moves lower, closes. There's that fake out, right, in the beginning of that candlestick forming. Well, monthly candles take a lot longer to form than we're all used to on an intraday time frame, right? So what are my thoughts right now? Well, I'm kind of thinking that we might be in for a little more of a choppy month, and we end up taking out these highs like we did, these previous month highs. We are sweeping them as of now. And I would like to see us, right, trade lower on this monthly. This up move this week be the manipulation of this candlestick, and this candlestick actually ends up potentially closing red, right? And if that happens, cool. If we don't close red and we just rebalance down here and bounce afterwards and close green, that's fine too, no worries. But whatever can get us down to this area is what I'm looking for. And again, I'm not extremely bearish on the market at all. I think we're going to all-time highs. It's just I would like to see this rebalance before we end up getting there. But another scenario is that I'm wrong, right? I'm not necessarily right all the time. I might be wrong here, right? What if the market's just strong and we need to keep going? Okay, that's fine. If we're strong and we need to keep going, cool. We should continue to respect this fair value gap, right? We shouldn't trade much lower than it. And on a weekly time frame, we should see a push through the top of this fair value that we've been fighting with, right? We want to see a push through this into next week and go test 22,000. This previous week high, this untapped daily fair value gap that we have reason to trade up there if the market wants to hold. That's fine. I just have so many more things pointing towards the downside for me to retest that 50, that halfback. So that's what makes more sense to me. But again, those are my thoughts. Would love to retest these inefficiencies that would need to get rebalanced too. Again, too, something I didn't notice and didn't mention is we have this inverse that I want to see a retest of, but also through this bearish order flow, what did we create? We now have stacked bullish order flow, right? We have these overlaid fair value gaps here. So I definitely think if it doesn't happen this month, next month we get some sort of retest of this fair value here. Because with this month being here, we technically have this here. So at the end of the day, either this month we trade down here, and because technically the low for the month might not be put in, right? So this fair value gap could be moved essentially, right? All the way to down here. That's what I would like to see, right? I would either like to see us trade all the way down here and invalidate the fair value gap, just fill all this dead space completely and bounce and then reclaim that 50, or just trade to the 50. We end up closing above it or whatever. And that's where a new fair value gap would be made here, because again, this monthly candle isn't closed yet. So I can draw this out as a monthly fair value, but it's not actually there yet because this monthly hasn't closed, right? We have to wait till this month closes. So that's where it's a little weird with the higher time frame. We have to understand that it's a higher
we're so
time frame,
early,
right? Yeah,
still
things
so early
take
in the
so
month.
much longer to play out.
This candle could look so different. This could look like
Exactly.
a huge upper wick.
And that's why I'm talking about all these things pointing to the downside here. Again, I'm not super bearish on the market, but I'm not going to ignore that, hey, the amount of times I've seen us come off a trending lower time frame candle and rebalance to that 50% retracement, the higher time frame is no different, guys. Price is fractal. What you see on one time frame, you can see on every time frame. And so that's why I think we got to be aware of this and not ignore it. But curious on your thoughts, Emp. Are you picking up on what I'm putting down here? I know my style is a little different.
Yeah, to me it's very interesting. I've been following along on my chart over here just with you, and I like the weekly day. I've never really been big on monthly charts. I've really paid attention to like the weekly and mostly the daily, because that's where I get a good reading of kind of what's happening inside of the weekly candles. So I like to look at the weekly and then the daily. And the main thing that I'm paying attention to is if you look from December until really when we first started falling at the end of February, there's just a heavy amount of consolidation up here, like a very heavy amount. And like, yeah, we've kind of accepted into the bottom side of it, but there's a ton of like upper wicks and rejection areas right where we're at. So, I mean, maybe we push through it because it is a weekly. I mean, we could push through it and then turn back around. I don't know. It's hard for me to ignore how strong this market is right now. But that gap below us really bugs me. You don't normally have that many, like that big of a weekly gap never get filled.
Yeah.
So that bugs me. Now that could take months.
Also, I will mention
September.
I will mention. I don't know if you look at my chart here, even this, like I know it's tiny, but even the tiniest inefficiencies in the market need to get rebalanced to sometimes, and like we do have, right, a case for potentially even lower later, right? And it doesn't have to happen in the time frame we're thinking. That's the thing with the higher time frame is you got to take it with a grain of salt of like and be aligning it with the lower time frame of what's happening for that week that you're trading, but something to notice is we have this untapped weekly for value. Look at all the way down here at 19.6. Again, do I think we're going to rebalance to this anytime soon? Not necessarily, but you can't ignore it. It's an untapped inefficiency. We need to rebalance to it at some point, right? So that's where too, I know we've called for a choppy year kind of towards the beginning of the year. That's not out the books for me. I don't really think we're going to go to all-time highs and just keep ripping like it was last year. I think we get to all-time highs, and that's it. I'm looking for all-time highs to be a fucking short, to be honest.
Could be a big double top. You never know.
I'm looking for that to be a short area, to be honest. Go take out these highs. We have stacked liquidity. All these resting highs here, these are all relative equal highs. I want to see those get swept, and then look for the high time frame short, to be honest. So I'm not married to any side here on even on the higher time frame, right? So just my thoughts for that, but yeah.
So if I bring it back down to even a daily view, because the way I trade is more I kind of pay attention to the weekly. I go to the monthly to just find levels, just levels where things are going to get probably slower, it's going to take a while to get through stuff, and which is kind of where we're at right now, honestly, where it's really slowed down right here. There's some monthly and weekly type of levels. But I go down. I usually stay around what the daily is telling me, and then go down from there. The daily, to me, big consolidation, push higher. It back tested and held. So let me throw my screen on here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Boom. All right. So, let me click over here. Let me do this. Just make it a little bit bigger for everyone. So here's what I see for the most part. And I've got this right here. So if you look at this kind of consolidation stuff right here, so this was 3 weeks worth of action that we spent right in the same box, but then we pushed above here and came back down. And when we came back down, this is all these highs is what held when we came down yesterday. Also, do you see my purple line here? This is the EMA 9, just a simple EMA 9, which is a very strong trend indicator. And you can see this EMA 9 holding. We got below it for 1 day and rejected it, and then got back up above it, holding it, and we're still going, right? And so until we get below that, and back below this kind of consolidation area, really, if we step back into this area, I would expect us to traverse it and test the lows of this consolidation area, which is going to be this area. If you're looking at a QQQ chart, if I do SPY, it's kind of a similar thing. Look at the daily 9 right there yesterday. Daily 9, multiple holds. We were starting to get under it here, and once we closed under it, stayed under it for a day, and you see we shot down. This is the 200-day down here. And then, of course, off the 200-day, the next day, boom, gap up, and we've held. And it's kind of the same scenario. Basically, this entire area right here, it's kind of this was resistance, and now it's trying to turn to support to push up. But obviously, when you go back and look at this area, the 600 area, this is a heavy spot up here, super heavy spot that, 600, SPX 6000, it's right in the same area, right? But it's still interesting now that the 20-day is this green one right here. It's curled, it's moving to the upside now. You're starting to get this little bit of a hook on the 50-day, which is a good sign. If I zoom out a little bit, you can kind of see 50 days starting to hook a little bit. The 200-day, it's funny, we look at all this price action, you look at this and go oh, this is wild. If you just look at the average of the last 200 days and what it's doing, isn't this crazy?
Oh, yeah. Wild.
The 200-day, more times than not, if you're under a 200-day, you should buy it at some point.
I agree.
Guys, even here, you spend time under the 200-day, but eventually you get back to it, you get back over it. But even if you bought, you got under the 200-day, even if you bought anywhere in this area down here, even if you bought in 22 in any of this area, if you bought and held, within a year, you're back.
I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Bro, I will say this time and time again. I don't care what headline ever comes out, guys. I don't care if the president comes out and says the world is ending. I don't care. SPY down 20%, SPY down 40%, I'm buying it. I don't care what headline is out.
Yeah.
Whether it's tariffs, whether it's this, whether it's that. However much SPY is down, I want it. I want it every time. It doesn't matter what the headline is because history has shown us there's been 100% success rate of us ending up going to all-time highs after it, and it's a buying opportunity every time. So until that changes, my mind will be set on that.
Yeah, if you're able to,
there's no chance
to buy and hold, and if you have like disposable income where you can invest, and you just buy more when things are selling off, and maybe buy less when things are sitting at all-time highs. I mean, that's kind of the
keep it simple.
You just keep it as simple as that, and especially if you're younger. I mean, even if you're my age in mid-30s, but if you're younger like Jordy is, and all the way up into your 20s, 30s, I mean, that's not a bad strategy. This Tesla chart's super interesting. So obviously there was a massive meltdown yesterday, just a crash out. Yeah, Jordan, I was thinking about this. It's like, what are the top 5 breakups like of all time? Because I think this Trump Elon one might be number 1 as far as the crash out. Yesterday.
I think it beats Kim and Kanye for sure.
Kim and Kanye was a good one, but and even Kanye tweeted yesterday. It was like, no, I love both of you. We got to stop this. I was like, Kanye could not handle somebody crashing out harder than him.
I know.
But here we are. Tesla, classic insight day, by the way. Look at this. This is interesting. The high of the day, this is the 200-day. The low of the day is the 50-day.
That is funny. I did not notice that. That's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
Right there, high and low. I was actually calling this out because paper was long. I was calling this out, and he took trims right here, and then as it came back down, he got stopped at profit. But
that's funny.
Low of day,
perfect.
High of day. Very interesting.
Love to see it.
Who knows what's going to happen there? It's going to be very, very interesting to see how that plays out. That was a news story. A couple things I want to hit real fast. Let me see. We do have confirmation from Trump just about an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago, hour and a half, that Bessent, Lutnick, and Greer are all going to, that's our trade ambassadors, basically Secretary of Treasury, Secretary of Commerce, and Trade Representative. They are going to London on Monday the 9th, which is obviously after this weekend. That's this coming Monday. And they're going to meet with China over in London, and they're going to talk more on trade deals there. So very interesting catalyst. And the reason I bring that up is because we don't have a whole lot of catalysts, Jordy. Here's kind of my economic calendar for next week. We had an NFP today, of course. Monday's super light. I know you do the folder system. I just know which ones that I care about from trading them long enough. I don't care about any of these really. I really don't care about anything on Tuesday. Wednesday, core inflation. So the inflation CPI data. This will be high impact data on Wednesday morning. So we really don't have anything until Wednesday morning, and we have PPI on Thursday. So Wednesday and Thursday next week will be interesting. Friday, we get the first Michigan stuff. So this data comes out during market hours, which, Jordy, I know you like trade around data sometimes, but Michigan stuff on Friday, I don't know why, because they only talk to like 20 people. And it's more than that, but it's like a super low number of people that they poll in these Michigan consumer sentiments. But either way, this moves markets. When I'm trading, I notice these move markets, whatever they come in at. So next week, we got a few interesting trading stuff. So before the open on Wednesday and Thursday, and then obviously Friday, that Michigan. Other things coming up next week. Here's the earnings calendar from our friends over at Earnings Hub.
It's looking dry.
Very dry. I keep mine on 10 billion plus. I could probably even drop this down just for this.
Hey, but keep in mind, it's a dry earnings week. We got a few companies we'll talk about, but we're still doing that earnings space, and we're actually just going to do like a whole entire earnings season recap. So it's going to be a good one. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that spaces.
I think that's important to do, is go back and look, because like going into earnings season, we're like, okay, what are we looking for? And we talk about that, and then we get so caught up in company by company, week by week, we forget to look back and be like, okay, well, 5 of these companies reported really good. Like, why are we not like? What's the big picture here? Like Microsoft and Meta did really well in their earnings. Like what, we need to go back and kind of rehash some of that, put the puzzle all the way together. But yeah, I mean, GitLab, I know this one's been talked about by Shy and some of those guys on my Stocks on Spaces in the afternoon. So that one's kind of interesting. Oracle is an interesting one. I actually just opened a position, some equity in Oracle the other day. Adobe, boy, I cannot figure out Adobe, but those are some of the bigger companies on that list. I also want to mention, you noticed on that economic calendar, there's no Fed speakers. So the FOMC meeting, this is June right here, is the 18th. This is where we're at right now. So next week we have no Fed speakers because the blackout period starts tomorrow. So we heard some of them today, but tomorrow is the blackout period. So we won't have any Fed speakers to deal with next week, all the way until we hear from Jerome Powell on the 18th. So that's kind of smooth sailing. So it almost makes you think like the market could probably just continue to float up unless something crazy comes out, because we just don't have now. CPI, PPI could change some things. That's pretty important data. But this is I tweeted this calendar out last night, I think. So if you go to my page, you can find this. If you want to save it for yourself, you can also just get it off the. If you go to like the Federal Reserve website, you can find their calendar for blackout as well. So wanted to throw those things out there. Once again, from the beginning, and we're not going to end this right away here, but I just want to shout out VistaShares again. I appreciate them, sponsoring these streams and working with us, putting these things on our radar. Adam was on with me and Gav and the crew on Stocks on Spaces, Wednesday evening, and he was just like explaining this, and I was just like, these are kind of ETFs I would love to like trade, but not have to deal with the option side of stuff.
Exactly.
Like, some of these, like, dude, if you try to buy a Tesla option right now, that thing is
so
crazy.
wild.
I was looking
I ain't touching
at the money. At the money for next week is $12. $12 or $1,200 a contract.
Yeah, not worth it.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
There's too much opportunity with the leverage ETFs now, whether it's like an ETF compiled of multiple tickers, like something like this, whether it's a singular like leverage ETF. I think it's just there's so much opportunity to use those rather than options when IV is high, when earnings is happening, when there's so many factors that makes options horrible. When that's happening, it's like you can trade these. You got these leverage tickers right here, right? And I like these compiled ETFs because you can trade these and not have to be just allocated to one ticker, which is nice. So I think it's good stuff.
Couple last charts, and then I'll give you a shot to if you had anything to cover. Microsoft new all-time high. Yeah, just go through some of these tickers. But that's a beautiful, that's a beautiful chart right there.
Sheesh.
Microsoft, just look at. I mean, this right here has been insane.
It's such an interesting look on a chart. I feel like that's when you look at that and you're like, that's not what you normally see on a chart. Like, we study charts all day long. Emp, when have you really seen price action just
hook
up like that? I mean, yeah, it's
crazy.
Weird. You just don't see that generally, and so I think that shows a lot of strength with Microsoft.
Look at this explosive, so Meta pushed up, came back down, consolidated, and then just boom, just exploding upside. Netflix, when is Netflix not strong lately? I mean, this is crazy. This is a crazy move. 821.
The way it's consolidated but curled up is just fascinating to me on that daily chart. It looks so weird.
53% increase in literally less than 2 months.
Yeah,
that's wild. Amazon, this is an interesting one. Got a nice little hook right here. There's a little, you could almost call this a cup and handle. Which I posted this because I thought it was funny. Like, everyone in the world was posting all these charts that look like a cup and handle. Broadcom, we talked about that one because it reported. Well, there's my favorite stock in the world. It's just hanging out. We're just chilling. No big deal. Yeah. You know what else I bought? I bought some of this John Deere the other day. Right down
did
here.
You?
Right off this 500.
He's American.
Hi. A lot. Look. Jordan.
Yep.
Nothing. And I mean absolutely nothing.
Tell me, Tater.
Runs like a deer. Okay? Nothing runs like a deer. Here's the craziest chart that I've seen that I really like. GE Aerospace. Dude, this is just straight up. There is
straight up.
There's
straight
no
up.
like.
No, there's no market structure. It's just fucking off to the races, baby.
Bro, I mean, look,
jeez, where do I get in? Where do I get in?
Look, I mean, some charts like they go up, they consolidate, they go up, they come back down,
and then it's just
they go up,
fucking
and then you just have
money printer.
Dude, what is this? Like, it's this one, and look,
man.
this rubric that reported yesterday. Look at this. This is daily chart. I go through enough charts, I just have some of these memorized. Look at this. Look at daily. It's like a 45-degree angle. Just straight. It's probably
absolutely
even higher than that.
Crazy.
Full.
I love seeing charts like that because and we trade NQ all day. We don't see that really. You know what I mean? So to see a stock just doing that on a daily chart, nonetheless, is wild. Love it.
Some of the other ones. So this net, this is Cloudflare. I own this one. I like this. This chart is. I mean, look at this. This is just crazy too. Gap and boom.
Hey, shout out Shy, guys. Shy. He fucking nailed it at the beginning of the year. We were talking about names like that. Cloudflare, CrowdStrike, names in that area. That I think Shy really hit it on the nail with. Beginning of the year too. We were talking about it on the Stock Twitch show. Yeah, hoodie. Almost at that $85. I think we're getting it. Yeah,
probably so. That's boy. But to be interesting to see what happens here in about 15 minutes or so when they release those names. Him's another big popular one. You know, for those that maybe don't know, Jordan runs Wolf Trading. I get behind Wolf Financial and all the spaces. We're on there live trading all day, every day. If you haven't tuned in, you should check in. We call out news in real time as well as some trades, just anything going on in the market. We're all over it. This one's a popular one around our crew. Hims. What else has been going on? There was another. Oh, we didn't talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a very interesting chart. Right off the 50
Bitcoin just retested a big weekly for value gap that was untapped, and now it's been tapped into, and we're holding. So I'm pretty bullish off this dip so far.
50-day basically touch right there. If this pushes any higher, or like tomorrow, if tomorrow's candle like moves up here somehow up to 106, this 50-day will curl up a little bit. It'll end up touching right there, and it'll look like a perfect touch. That's what you got to know in these like moving averages. Sometimes you won't notice the touch until after it's happened. Like the way, because obviously if price
lagging
back away from it, it's lagging. It's gonna adjust to the current price action. So there was something else I was going to talk about on a chart, and I can't remember what it was, but I just heard order filled and I freaked out for a second just now.
Apparently filled. Careful.
Oh, it's because there's 1 minute till the close. Apparently I still had some runners sitting there on that yesterday I took at the end of the day. Hey, they were up by 1 point. They just got closed out. Oh well.
Dang.
Let's hit some of the comments here real fast, guys. What do you guys got going on? We hadn't shouted out the chat. What's up, chat? What's up, Cade? Hold on. First, I'm going to go to Cade. We'll go back to that message. Cade, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by.
Cade's kicking it.
I love Cade. Cade came by and kicked it on the space with us today too. All right, I want to hit some of these questions. If you guys have any comments, questions, what you guys are watching, what you've been trading, let us know. I'm looking at this. Specs has got one here. Anything about Hood yet? 5:15 is what we were told. So Evan jumped in, said 5:15 Eastern is when that's supposed to come out. I'm actually going to put my other charts over here on Hood.
Yeah, get it up.
I'm going to put Hood on here. I'm going to put IBKR on one. No, I'm going to put App 11.
Oh,
I want to see what happens to these. This will be interesting to watch here.
They'll probably all be volatile, but obviously the one that gets included will be probably ripping.
Well, it's usually like 3 or 4. Usually they take out 2 or 3 and put in 2 or 3 or maybe 4 sometimes. So that'll be interesting. I actually shot Evan. I was like, Evan, if you want to jump on with this, we could probably hang out and see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. We got 15 minutes, 14 minutes till that's supposed to come out. Saw this question here. 20 days. So that was a 20-day SMA that I have on my chart. So I use a 20-day SMA. I also have a 21 EMA that I turn on and off a lot. So I use 9 and 21 EMAs, and then I use 20, 50, and 200 SMA. Just simple, straightforward, kind of like what the old school people talk about. RBLX. You know what?
Apparently, it's doing well.
I haven't looked at RBLX. Let's look at RBLX.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh my gosh, look at this one. I'm long this stock. I didn't even checked it. Oh my gosh. Dude,
Ripping.
hold on. Hold the phone here. Where's my portfolio? I gotta look. I try not to look at my long-term equity stuff too much because I'll start tinkering too much. So I just don't look at this stuff this much.
Yeah.
My cost basis. I bought a whole bunch of stuff. For those maybe that don't know, I bought a whole bunch of stuff on. Wait, I did not buy this one. No, I did buy it. I sold it. Damn, that sucks. I sold it.
You did. You sold it. Damn.
I think I sold it like back here.
It's rough.
Yeah, because it was one like I didn't have any conviction in this play. That's why I sold it.
Exactly. Is what it is.
That's fine. I don't have this one. I have Rocket Lab. That's the one I still have.
Rocket Lab's a good one.
This one Shai talks about a lot. Rocket Lab. I like this one. I bought this one down here. ASTS. So I'm just bullish space, dude. I'm bullish everything space. If I could buy SpaceX, I would put half my portfolio in it probably. I don't know. After yesterday, maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah.
But Roblox, what I don't understand, Jordan, I don't know if you know. I mean, I guess these kids are just playing this game like crazy and spending a ton of money on it.
It's not just that. I'll explain a little bit more why Roblox does so well and makes so much fucking money. So, guys, similar to Fortnite, this happens on Fortnite as well. This is why also I'm not joking when I say this. There's literally like 12 to 15-year-olds making millions of dollars. I'm not joking when I say this, and it's because Roblox and games like Fortnite, they have this open server. And what this allows you to do is kids can go on and create their own worlds in the game. They create their own
people
world.
Come to their world, right?
Yes, and basically, long story short, you get a bunch of people coming to your world, you're going to make a bunch of money. And so all these young little 12-year-old kids are creating these worlds that are going viral on Roblox, on Fortnite, but Roblox is a public stock, right? So I think Epic Games is actually public as well. I'm not sure. Regardless, this is what kids are doing, and it's just driving Roblox's fucking stock up and all their revenues up because, I mean, they're bringing in a ton of money, taking a percentage from the kids, but these kids are getting paid ridiculously well because they have millions of people coming to their server, every month or whatever it is, and they're just getting paid from that. So that's a little insight onto why, for one, this stock does so well on the internals and on the chart as well. Just a little insight there because I didn't really understand it at first until I learned, like, oh my gosh, these kids are just creating all these open servers on these games and people are finding them. They're going viral and boom, that just generates a ton of revenue there. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense for everybody. It's interesting how it's happening. And these little kids are just getting rich overnight. It's wild. It's wild the ways you can make money in the world now. You're muted, Em. You're muted. Yeah.
As I say, can you imagine if your son is richer than you at 12?
Dude. I'd be like, holy shit.
Trying to figure this out my entire life. 12-year-olds.
Homie just makes a Roblox map, goes viral, makes a ton of money. It's crazy.
These somebody on one of my spaces was going over some of these names. These like
Lemonade.
insurance name. This Lemonade one's been very popular. I mean, big pop today. What was the other? I don't think it's Aflac, or I don't think it's any of the traditional ones. There's some more in this, like, there's AIG. I don't know. Somebody was super bullish insurance names for the other day, and I don't know why they were. But this Lemonade chart,
looking pretty good. It's been doing well from the lows, at least.
Now, a little different here on a chart that actually, like, consolidates, makes a move. It's not one of these like straight up charts like
I know.
See them, but that one's been interesting.
You got any thoughts on Circle, the new IPO?
Oh yeah, okay.
I think it's going to be a beautiful short soon.
Yeah, well, the thing is, until options open up, so let's look at Circle first. This one's interesting. All of our crypto people, like our Wolf, like Cade and our Wolf Crypto channel, some of the guys over there, they were talking about this name because it's something to do with the blockchain stuff. I looked it up to see what it did, and it was like, okay, that's interesting. I think they do a stable coin as well. So I was like, okay, that's cool, but I don't know. I don't like IPOs. I think I'm still Jordan. You remember when IPO was crazy back in like 2021? All the IPOs
Oh,
were just going nuts.
we had a ton of them all the time, and now it's a little more rare now. I feel like more have been coming
Yeah.
out for sure, but it's more rare that we get them coming out now. So
Like
the
I'm
stock
still like. I
exchange
mean, I
was
guess you
going
could
off.
trade them. You could trade them like from like a equity perspective, but the I don't know. It's to me, I don't want to be like long term in IPO because they almost.
I think if you're gonna trade around an IPO, it's always a short.
It's a trade,
Like,
and then it's probably a short.
yeah, like if
So,
it's
like,
if it's a day trade and it's just coming out, a lot of the time they get that perk up like Circle's having, but
here's another recent
over
one.
over the next few weeks it usually gets ran through and it goes below the IPO price. So I always think it's sets up for a higher time frame short almost like majority of the time. So
Yeah. So here's your core weave. This one also IPO'd back end of March, and I mean, what a insane move on this one from 30 40
yeah,
bucks up to 140 right now. I mean, one share you're up $100. It's what
yeah.
2.5 times.
But had to
Yeah,
drop below that
that's
IPO
crazy.
price first. Always be
It
aware of
did.
that. So
It
that's
did.
why I say
Well,
I'm not bearish on
well, here's
Circle,
like
but it's
another
just
one.
statistics. It's what happens. I'm a bear on that until we get below IPO price, and then
You remember ARM
we can
when
think.
ARM came out?
ARM is an anomaly, right? Reddit's an anomaly, but even
So
ARM went
ARM
below its
did
IPO
this.
price, right?
It did
Yeah.
go below. Yeah. Let me go to
Yeah.
weekly on some of these, and then I want to talk about some of this. So like here's like what you're saying. IPO prices here comes down, and then ARM has done some crazy stuff like since then. What was the other one? Webull came out the other day.
Yeah, MTrader IPO
this was a
equals
SPAC.
it's
This was a
probably
SPAC
overpriced.
But look, here's IPO. Well, it's probably overpriced.
Wrecked.
Well, I throw that out there. That's awesome.
Yeah, I could have called Ticker Bull from a mile. It's Weeble. Short.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So if I go back like DraftKings is an example, right? DraftKings like took off on the IPO and it came all the way back. Airbnb, here's one. I know this one for sure because I know this chart like the back of my hand. IPO back here does crazy things, then comes down and takes forever to recover. I mean, it lost the IPO price in May of 22, and really it's still stuck below even here. 3 years later, it's still stuck basically at IPO price. And look at, so you can tell this IPO, I actually draw this on a lot of my charts. This IPO price is a big deal. Robinhood's another one. Robinhood IPO price, once you reclaim it, look, reclaim here, and that's when you start, and even Paper was saying this, like once it got into this area, that's when he started really getting interested because it's finally reclaiming. When IPOs come out, all the people that are private investors and early investors, you're essentially becoming their exit liquidity.
Yep.
Because they probably got in, if it's IPOing at $30, a lot of them probably got in for $3. Like they're probably 10x up already.
10x.
That's just how most of these work, right?
Exactly.
And
IPO equals internal profits only. Yeah, man. That's you make it a higher time frame short for you and bank on the company later. Evan's here. What's up, Evan?
Yeah. Wow. You got the announcement coming out. I'm excited.
We do got the announcement.
How we doing? How was your week, boys?
It's good. It was a good week. A little bit of a choppy one,
week.
but we managed. I think Emp had his best day ever yesterday.
Ooh.
So
yesterday was probably
W's in the
Future's
chat
best
for
day.
that. I want to see W's in the chat right now. That's huge. That's not to be ignored.
Hold on 1 second here. I'm just gonna do this quick.
5:15, by the way, we get these announcements.
Perfect. 5 more
Yeah.
minutes.
Although they get kind of delayed. Do you have the website? Do you want it?
Yeah, what
is
is the
it?
website?
Let's just put it in the chat, actually.
Yeah, throw it in there.
We were live. We're kind of going over our thoughts, and we were like, yeah, is it spglobal.com or something like that?
Yes. spglobal.com, blah, 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 blah. I just put it in the chat. Get the lo-fi beats pumping. 2 p.m. on a Friday for Jordan. He's ready to party.
I'm ready to party.
I got my post ready. Justin, Robinhood is joining the S&P 500. It takes a couple minutes though, literally. So I just
Yeah.
Wait, I really have to type all this in. I cannot copy that for some reason.
Oh, you can just right click and open link in new tab, brother.
It won't let me because it wants me to show it on screen.
Oh, gotcha. By the way, I'm just laying in my bed for the audience. I'm not even at my desk. I'm just chilling in the bed right now. The laptop.
I'm
on my
watching
day
some-
bed, as Emp calls it, my day bed.
Your day bed. I just remember like when my sister was born, when I was younger, my sister was born, my parents bought a day bed just so like one of the parents could stay next to the crib with
Yep.
her.
Yep.
I was like, that's the front. So in my mind, that's what day beds are for. Or like you go to somebody's house, they have like an extra room, they use that like a little day bed for guests in there or something. Jordan has a guest bed. There's App
Guest
Lavin, that's one of the big ones that's on watch here. What's it? Hood. I just wonder if any of these are moving ahead of time. Not really. Hood's probably the only one that's like liquid enough to really move. Evan, are you like enjoying some of this like quieter time? We were looking at the earnings calendar. I had to go down to like the 1 billion for it to even show up stuff on all these.
living life like Larry. You know, is it quiet though? Just because this earnings quiet doesn't mean there's not a lot of other craziness going on. You know.
Dude, I downloaded True Social yesterday.
Oh, I have not. I just on the website.
I just like I finally
I'm thinking
broke down
about
and
apartments
downloaded
too,
it.
and where I want to go. I think I kind of like the Miami vibe a little.
You like the Miami vibe, huh? Miami's fun. Maybe more in Boca.
That was a vicious sell off on
Like
Hood at the end
Brickell.
of the day.
Brickell's dope, bro. I love Brickell.
Oh, it was nice to see in the Prospero thing that Honeywell's on there now.
Yeah, you see
Oh
that?
yeah?
I threw that. I made a list of all the Prospero names on the short-term bull list today, and
Try and do actually keep doing the short term. Do the short term bear one too.
yeah, I was thinking
Mix it
about
in
that.
there.
Yeah, mix that
Do
in
that
there
on
as
off
well.
days. Like maybe it's like a Tuesday, Thursday type thing, or like
Exactly.
a Monday. Yeah.
I
do
may
whatever.
steal that this afternoon. I gotta make a post for them today, actually. So I just have it on my. They don't have a web app, do they?
I don't think so. No.
Mhm.
Come on, guys. Here we go. 5:15 p.m. Eastern. The website's already being slow to update.
Will they do it on time? Never.
No, they do. It's just the website goes down every time.
Yeah.
Like, look at it. It's already horrible right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to reload it.
It's gonna come down. Don't even bother doing
Oh,
that at first. That's
look at this.
Uh-oh.
what I'm saying. It's gonna come from Bloomberg.
Joke's on you. None of them are getting added to the S&P.
It's gonna come on your Twitter from the Bloomberg people first, and then this
Yeah.
will come out. Oh, Gob just put Aaron Rodgers on the trade block in our league. Emp, you want to do a dynasty league?
I don't know what that really means.
It means
keep
that
players or
you-
something.
You keep every player every year, and you only draft rookies.
All right, Hood is not moving yet. App Levin's not moving yet, but it is 5.
Okay, it is 5:15, so right now is when stuff should be. You should start to see some movement on things
Oh,
slowly.
Hood's going down. Hood's down. App is down.
That doesn't mean it's not in it, though. I will say, but unless it's down like 25, like 10% or
App
something.
is down 3%. So is Hood. Here's Hood.
Let's see these headlines. Come on.
Ooh. Where's these headlines?
I'm telling you, it takes me normally 3 minutes to get into this website. 3 to
Oh,
4.
what's up, Watt Bender in the chat? What's good, brother? He said, looking good, y'all, except Evan. Damn.
Fair. Well,
Tough.
no face.
No face.
Somebody with Bloomberg Terminal will tweet this out, surely.
Gosh,
It
I'm gonna
will.
dox you so good one of these days, man.
One of these days.
What is it? What are the other ones that were on the list? IBKR?
Yeah, there was a whole list that I tweeted out the other day. I don't really want to go look.
Yeah, I showed
Oh, yeah.
that at the beginning of
Oh,
the I'll give you a shout out for your newsletter too. Oh,
It was
Hood's
Bank of
all the way back
America.
up.
Oh, Hood in.
Hood.
Oh! Oh! Shit!
Is it in?
Hood
Hood is in. Hood is in.
Hood is in?
Now wait. Now I've got multiple tweets. Now I got one tweet saying no. I got one tweet saying yes. Shy says yes. This other guy says no. Who's right? I think everybody's just trying to get the first tweet out there.
Yeah, they're also not officially included yet. It's just announced when they're going to be included. For who? Whoa, what's that?
That's the music switching.
Every once in a while the music dies.
Who thought that switching noise was a good one?
Right? I know.
No, I think
Out of
it's like
all the
it like
noises.
lags out. Hood is back to flat. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying.
Yeah, don't push it. We're good. This happens every fucking time. I normally get my tweet out around 4:20, 4:23. Sorry, 5:20, 5:23 Eastern.
I'm looking for somebody that Shy tweeted it. I
Yeah,
think
he
he's
didn't
just
know.
front running it.
I think he was just off the move.
He's front running the tweet, yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
felt
what's up,
cute, might
Gary,
delete
in the
later.
chat?
Oh, he
Yeah.
deleted the post.
He did. He just saw the move. Nobody knows who's in yet.
Gotta be careful with them Twitter fingers.
Twitter fingers, Twitter fingers.
I'm just gonna leave the hood chart on here and just try to
Yeah.
update this over here.
Gary said, I'm pretty sure if I were listening, that would have been me thinking someone pushed out a plum.
Oh wait, I got it. No wait, that's
What happened to the Drizzy candle?
SMP.
It's gone.
So what I'm seeing here is RBA. No, this is never mind. This is Toronto.
Jordy, did you
The
change your
Toronto
hairstyle?
stuff.
Your boy
You
got a
got a
haircut. I chopped
Should we
it off.
Should we get those ears lowered a little bit?
We chopped that off. I went from really long hair and like a ton of facial hair to I shaved it all off and chopped
A ton of
chopped the
facial hair, lol.
Well, for me. I don't really rock
He
facial
was
hair at
looking
all.
pretty.
I was looking
scraggly.
pretty
Pretty
furry.
scruffy.
Yeah, I was looking pretty furry on the sides, to be honest. The Irish sides come in and get all full.
Also blonde. I'd say after like 5:20, like give it a minute. I'd
Give
say
it
we're
a
about
minute.
there. No, I did tell you I would take a couple minutes.
Yes, it does.
The anticipation, the
No.
front running, the scandal, the soon to be disappointment from a couple shareholders.
I mean, you could have bought the dip right here and made $3 a share.
If you got filled.
Yeah, keyword if you got filled, yeah. Gary said he's hoping for App 11.
I actually like that chart on the. I mean, I've listened to some of the Stocks on Spaces guys talk about this. This
Well,
chart looks pretty good.
someone else saw the tweet that we did.
There was a True Social from Trump a while ago.
It's a great bill. You know,
It's the best
great
bill.
companies. The S&P 500, 500. Great companies.
So
Lot of
funny. The
money.
other day,
He was-
Em,
he was-
you were all serious in a space and you were literally asking like a very serious question. But when you asked it, you 100% had the Trump cadence, the way you asked it, and I was dying laughing behind the mic, bro. You you sounded just like Trump with the way you said it, and I know you didn't even notice it. You were just asking a question normally.
You know, it is a really great bill.
It's a great bill.
It is
The best
really-
bill.
I think he keeps adding. We were talking about this earlier. I think he just keeps adding an adjective. Today it was like the great, big,
Yeah.
beautiful bill. It's
Great big
the
beautiful
great
bill.
big, awesome, beautiful, amazing, phenomenal bill.
The big booty bill.
That's exactly how it goes.
Friday after hours here. This website is just dead.
No, this is what happens every time. No,
Oh,
nowadays
they're like
it's
10
where it's
minutes
normally
in.
going. No, this is where my tweets are normally 522, 523, and like, yeah. Normally someone has it by now, and I'm just like here, like sitting. Fuck, dude. Like, what the hell? Why does Bloomberg have it? I need to get this page up.
Like,
You should see it on Twitter first.
Yeah.
yeah, I've got Financial Juice. I've got Benzinga. I've got. I call it
Well,
X. I don't know.
Some of those guys.
I'm just
Some of them.
continuously refreshing.
I'm curious.
Stock market news. Oh, Michael Saylor with a tweet. Strategies full torqued Bitcoin. Bitcoin.
Maybe if I put it in Spanish.
Ah, I see that. Try Portuguese. Get a little adventurous.
I can read Portuguese just
I
because
mean,
it's so close
obviously.
to Spanish, but I can't. If I listen to it, I can't understand it.
Portuguese. And every time it's a little different, the website.
You know, the problem is because Hood has too many retail investors, so every single one of them are just clicking right now.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, this would be interesting.
Yeah,
If
that's
Sailor
probably
ever sold.
Ooh, the website looks a little better this time. We might be getting closer.
Yeah, mine did that twice already.
Come on. Hood's popping again. Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh,
and App sent
Oh.
it down and Hood's popping. Hood may be in.
oh. It's in, somebody said.
Do high day.
Is it in?
I don't have any official confirmation.
I see nothing.
Oh, now the website looks different again. Yeah. What the heck? What is this?
This time is probably in. This one feels more like it should have been out already.
Somebody posted
Yeah,
4
well, the
minutes
fact
ago
that I
that Hood's
have-
been added.
That Hood is that Hood's going up and App is going down makes me think that it probably got it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's reversing. Here, let me show you the difference. Here's the App's chart. New lows. While Hood is pushing. A while ago, they were both pushing down together. You got the website?
No, I'm still just doing it.
Evan has 3 devices open right now, and he's got a draft tweet sitting in one.
Yeah. Evan's ready, bro. He's got tweets stacked, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready. Then I'll get my newsletter out. Then, boys, I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah. Us too. We're just waiting for this.
No weekend.
Oh, yeah, I'm just hanging out for this.
Unless, like, we get a shock and it's like, all my stocks are added.
No, you're still probably gonna move on with your life. There is, I mean, I have multiple news squawkers here. I've got extra like.
Who was
I just
another
need, like-
reversal? Guys,
Yeah, psych.
Yeah, I saw Hood moving back down.
What's that, Dave Chappelle? Gotcha, bitch.
Dude's right. I hate that. Like, some of these songs kind of suck, actually.
Yeah, I like when I'm on here, I switch back and forth from hip hop to chill hop.
Talk just put it out. Again, I still haven't seen.
The website's not loading. I have multiple news squawkers that have it, and they don't have
No,
it.
it normally hits the terminal before the website is up, so it should come from a news swap first. Someone with a terminal. Okay, there we go. Wall Street Engine just tweeted it. I mean, maybe again, it's a big controversy. Now I kind of hope it's not added.
If you ever do that, you cheer against it. Because App Loving
course.
just completely reversed to break even, and now Hood is back down. Like, look at
No,
this.
it looks like it is this time. Normally, it takes a while to find what companies are removed as well.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if anybody knew,
Specs asked, "How are you seeing the aftermarket on TradingView?" He just has the after hours turned on, but after the after hours closes, you're gonna have to go to Robinhood for the 24.
Does seem like Robinhood has been added too, but we'll see.
Where are you getting that from, Evan?
Just basic tweets. I have no idea, actually. That's why I'm saying not confirmed.
All right. Oh. If these people really knew, they would also know who else is going in.
Yeah, normally you hear multiple names that are being added. Normally the names that are being removed only come out a couple minutes later. I feel like no one really cares as much.
Yeah, I wonder
Normally
who gets removed. That'll be interesting.
Bunch of companies you probably never heard of.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. It's Friday. Summer Fridays. 5:30.
Some intern is battling their butt off right now.
I'm seeing multiple people post that it's Hood now.
They're all posting the same thing, though. It's like one person posted, everybody's running with it. We've seen this happen multiple times.
I know.
Everybody just wants to be first. That's why stock market news is the best.
Facts.
No one better.
Actually waits for confirmation on things.
Free daily stock market recap? Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Is there a link in your bio to that? I didn't even know. I just assumed
it is. It is by pin post.
Pin post, okay.
I think it's also a link in my bio. I think more people click pin post, though.
I really hope it's not in now. Not anything against Robinhood. I like Robinhood as a company.
But just to see everybody's posts get faked
just want
out.
all these people to have to walk it all back. Start screenshotting all of these people. We are 15 minutes in. Every time like something moves on my Benzinga over here, my eyes just jump over. I've refreshed this website so many times.
Yeah, me too. More times that we get closer.
And there's like a couple people I follow that I know have access to the terminal that have not.
Yeah, no, I know.
Jeez.
Pikachu, I choose you.
Yeah, Pokemon's a hit right now in our house. We got like stuffed animals and action figures.
Oh, he's got it all.
My son's been dressed as Ash for the last 3 days in a row. He's got the hat with the C on it. And everything.
Kid is stoked. Kid's stoked, dude. How is it possible that after trade and before trade say overnight Tesla gains? I don't understand that question, to be honest.
All right. All right. Somebody's putting out a screenshot on mobile here that has.
But I just got into the website. Nothing's updated. So it says like, yeah, no stocks added, nothing, no news announcements.
What if there's no change?
What if there's no change?
That would be funny.
I mean, this has never happened. Maybe it's an hour later. I don't know. Boys, we have another minute or two, but if it's just loading and there's just nothing there, I mean, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
Might be Modelo time.
Oh gosh, I mean, it is either way. But yeah. News.
Seems like Hood just being propped up on the idea that it's in. But if it's not in, that shit's gonna dump.
And his name was John Cena.
Was John Cena.
Oh my gosh.
All right, like at some point, I just got.
Look at what Winter just said.
Lisa.
Evan is definitely it's 5 p.m. I'm done kind of guy.
Yeah.
No, it's just on Fridays. Fridays I'm burnt out and done.
Oh. Yeah. Ooh.
It's actually like you can never get ahead if you don't work after Friday to 5 p.m. If like my entire day is staying like in and then
I'll be working all night.
not tonight, not Fridays. I can't. I'm like Fridays also on Twitter is the worst time. Like this tweet's not going to get great engagement. Everyone's sitting here waiting for it, posting fake news. So if Robinhood does get in, now the post isn't going to do it. It's like, Ice. And then tomorrow I'll try and think of some kick-ass tweets. Although I'm actually going to something tomorrow.
We have no confirmation.
Oh, we're
of
going.
which stocks have been added yet. We might be cooked. Wow, some of these posts are already at like 30,000 views, and it's not even confirmed yet.
I've reloaded the website so many times.
Well, boys, I gotta bounce. So you let me know what happens. I gotta bounce out of here. But
Oh, Wapender. Who's leaving first? Who's a
Yeah.
5 p.m. Eastern kind of guy? Leaving kind of guy?
I gotta bounce.
Yeah, there.
It's
Who
like
is it? What are we talking
2:30.
about?
I gotta do a charting
Okay.
session.
No, I'm kidding, obviously. This guy is obviously started his day 3 hours earlier.
I did. We'll see how long I'm working tonight. I don't know. But you guys have fun with this. Let me know what happens. Hopefully we see Hood in. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest, either one. But I'm more
I just
interested
hope both
to
teams
see...
have fun, you know?
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, guys, I'm out. Love y'all. We'll see you, I guess, next week or Sunday night. I know we'll
Later,
be talking.
Jordy.
then. Later.
That's the question. What time do we call it?
Yeah. It's
What if it's not coming? It should have been out already. I mean, I guess maybe 6:15?
no, it's the website is not working. So the website's probably crashed. They probably can't even upload it to the website. Like the release probably can't make it to the website right now. I don't know, but shout out to all the people that are just hanging out with us on a Friday afternoon. Watch party.
I wonder how many there are.
Well, because it's on X and YouTube, I don't know. I don't know how many are concurrently here, but I know we've had over 14,000 people.
I'm downstairs now. I'm having some food. I'm hungry. And some steak left over. This Portuguese steakhouse near me. Maybe it's Brazilian. But you know, same.
I just think the website's just still crashed. That's why it's not out anywhere.
Normally Terminal has it though. Telling you, normally
Well,
Terminal has
the-
it, and I'm sitting here like stressed because I don't have this website. But I know what it is. But the people who normally have it don't have it. And the people who
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
who wouldn't have it are tweeting it. So
Yeah, it's
What is
all,
our
yeah.
title?
The people I know that don't have Bloomberg terminals that are just watching they open their Robinhood app and look at the chart. The biggest tip for me was when everyone was like Hood's in, and that's it. Like, not like these three got in, and these two are removed, whatever. No, like deletions. So
I'm sorry if you hear me eating to you.
I don't notice. Like there's 11,000 on Evan's channel. There's almost 4,000 on Wolf's channel.
It's been climbing.
And
They think people know. They think we know what it's going to be, or like we don't.
we don't know. We're trying to know.
See, in the refresh.
It's still loading.
At some point, maybe I stop refreshing, and we both commit one to the team, and just let you be our refresher. You know, consolidation.
It's probably
Or you know what? Fuck
me.
everyone else. It's only us who matter.
Yeah, well, there's probably 60,000 people like doing this all at
All right.
once.
If you were in the crowd, stop. We got it.
Yeah, Wapbender has 4 tabs open. Quit doing that. I'm just gonna sit here and hang out until we get something. And nothing. All I'm gonna do, I'm just waiting to go to eat dinner here in a little bit.
I'm
Excellent.
slowly like munching on some stuff a little bit, low key. Obviously, what I just said. Leftovers.
So you probably can't see. I have a plate right here that I had like a sandwich and chips earlier during the afternoon.
I want to know how many people are live in here right now.
I don't know. Hey, if you're live, say hello.
No, I know that
There you
person.
go.
X, yeah, like X only tells you after.
Yeah.
It used to not tell you at all, so I guess that's an upgrade.
Does it tell you how many were concurrent now?
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
it actually does.
Should have named this the S&P Hood Watch Party. That's what this is turning into. Oh, do you know what I forgot to check? Who won that tennis match? Did Joker lose?
Oh, Alcaraz too.
He did lose.
Oh,
Joker. He was down 2 sets to none, so odds weren't really in his favor at that time. Like if you're having a bad Friday afternoon, somebody bought Hood at $80.87 a share a while ago, and they were down $5.
I was like, yeah, they're at it, bro. Yes. Look at this tweet I just
I saw a
saw.
bunch of people tweet it. All right, there's a current rumor. Hood SPY all rebalancing delayed until after ETH, which is what? Is it 8? That doesn't
What's
make sense.
ETH?
Like after hours trading. Stock Talk quote tweeted. Hit some feeds, but not the best ones. Cannot check the reliable source. Good try, Stock Talk. Options Gar, what's going on is the S&P website is down. You know, we're all trying to find out what the rebalancing news is. Who's getting in? Who's going out that we need to short? There's a giant eye right here. Oh, there you go. What is this? Every time it gets a little bit better, then it just gets worse again.
There you go. I just shit on some people.
Like enough people eventually are going to give up, and then it's going to load.
I was just watching there. Both me and you had given up. Like, it's done. It's not today. Like, something's happening. And that means nothing's happening.
Well, the 17th Japan
And when I
ETF
get in,
conference is...
When I get in, nothing is there.
Oh, look, mine just loaded.
Never mind. You're on the wrong page there. Go back. Double check the one I use.
I have both. This is like the news one, and this is the overview one.
Did you have the last one that they did, the Pegasystems one?
The which one?
Pegasystems? I'm telling you, this is weird. I don't think it's happening
Yeah.
today, maybe.
Pegasystems was like a few days ago. Look, this the most recent thing that they have on here is the 17th.
No, good. I'm just
Japan.
double checking that it's actually in there because that was the last thing.
That's hilarious that the algos started going off.
All right, keep refreshing for me. I'm gonna back in half a second. Get my phone.
Should I open it on Safari too? Should we just really try
Yeah,
to faster service?
If it works
Everyone
on
in the
Safari,
audience-
no one deserves to see it.
Everyone in the audience, like, just keep refreshing.
No, don't refresh. Everyone stop.
I was joking. Please just get off. We'll get it up as soon as possible.
We'll get it. You're gonna say you get tired of winning. They're gonna know. You're gonna say please more.
To watch the Trump just drop a truth bomb in the middle of this.
Why did the S&P 500? Shouldn't it be the S&P 5000?
Yeah, why just
Great
500?
country. Great country.
We have thousands of great companies in this country. Why just 500? Should be way more than that. I've been saying this. They're too late. Like
Too late.
lazy. Too late to add in more.
You know, yesterday I called for 1 point. Now I'm thinking it should be 2.
Dude, that was a wild headline today. It was like, you should you drop a whole point, like 100 basis points. Gotta catch 'em all.
Should I make a post stock market news to join the S&P 500?
Breaking. My free newsletter is joining the S&P 500. So to think of something just outlandish for more clickbait. Just put like iBid on there. Eva, what's up? The Joker couldn't pull it off, huh? Eva was so enthralled with Wimbledon today, she didn't even trade. Tennis isn't even a real sport.
I tend to come to the same conclusion there. Tennis is not a real sport. No,
That's
it
fair.
is a real
It's a way to
sport.
do
It is a
It's
real
a leisure
sport.
sport.
It's just a really boring sport, you know?
It's a leisure sport. Disc golf. What's the new one? Everyone pickleball,
Pickleball,
bago, darts. I mean, archery. Like those are leisure sports. It's not a real sport. Bowling. If tennis is a sport, so is bowling. Oh, do.
Is cross country a sport? You
Cross
gotta hit
country,
someone,
no.
right? I agree. You don't get hit. If you don't get hit in the math, what is it?
I mean, even baseball has some contact every once in a while. What if they're like trying to call the IT guy and he's like already gone for the weekend? You know what we should do? Who does the IT on this website? Dude, if it said like CrowdStrike or something down here, like Cloudflare, it's just short. I guarantee there's 20,000 people out there that are just sitting here clicking refresh just like me because they have nothing to do until dinner time. It must be all the West Coast people. It's still early in the afternoon for them, so they're like, well, I got nothing to do. I'm still at the office. This has been interesting scenario here.
You know, it's the curveball I didn't see someone get going. Turns out no one is getting out of the S&P 500.
Eva, there is no release on anything right now.
A release. We're waiting for it. You know, we thought it was going to go well, but it isn't.
Look at this.
Bad.
Here's another
We'll be back
version.
soon. All right, everyone, stop clicking. That's what I want to tweet.
The amount of people that are still seeing those tweets from earlier. No, Eva. Eva, let me just ask you this. Has Stock Market News tweeted it yet? because if he hasn't, and I know he hasn't, it's not official. The website's not even working.
And there's people listen. If Walter Bloomberg tweets it, it's probably coming from Bloomberg Terminal. You know, like
Yeah.
trust. If Walter put out a tweet, I would say like trust that. Maybe it's next week. I don't know.
Where did you get the time and date from? Just based on previous?
Everyone else was saying it. So I was like, every analyst, and then my Catalyst Watch said it. So I was like,
Smart people, a lot
Listen,
of great people.
people I trust. They said, pardon Trevor Milton. So I said yes.
Well,
I mean, at some point, we just
while
gotta
you're-
call it and throw in the towel.
yeah, we could. While you're waiting, you could just go learn about Wild from Vista Shares. Shout out to them. We appreciate
Oh, what is
that. It
it?
was Wolf.
Oh. They have an actual wolf on there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the main page is a lion, but when you
Is
click
that a
in, they have a
wolf?
wolf.
That's
This is a this is
oh,
100%
okay.
wolf.
I was
This is
looking
a
at the
lion.
lion. I was like, is
This
that? I
this
accept
is the
it.
wolf right here. That's your wolf. And you know it's wolf because they always put a moon. I don't know why they put the wolf and the moon together. Trump spoke to reporters about Elon Musk. Something from Politico. Elon Musk is Musk tweeting? What's Elon saying?
God, I'm committed to this, but fuck, come on. I think I'm getting a couple followers from that post, by the way.
You're welcome. It was probably my
Wow.
post shouting you out. Yeah, I'm so big on X.
He's going great. He's growing quick. Great account. He started helping with another account. Great.
Dude, that Perplexity tweet I put out last night is 42,000 views.
Token. How many link clicks did
Oh, that's good. I didn't even check that.
I was waiting. I'm sitting on my daily recap too, bro. Fuck.
That's why you're still sitting here. How do I see the
You put the link on the link below to go to the.
well, normally I
analytics
click
for
on
link
engagements
below.
and it shows me, but this one's telling me,
But are you clicking the one where you put the link?
yeah,
Interesting.
and it's just it just says quotes, reposts, and likes.
Hmm. Where's Robinhood? Stacy Maxwell.
What if it's just we're flat? Oh, there you go. 283.
No, that's good.
Let's go. Shout out Perplexity.
I just don't think they're updating it today. I think someone's been keep getting. You know what I think it is? Let's put it in Spanish. You were right before. Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Now watch. Now this website. As soon as I click this, like the website's gonna come out. Like it's gonna work, and I'm gonna have to translate it for you. It's probably gonna take me to the main website. Current themes, current products, events. work opportunities.
Wow, interesting.
Evan, if I'm stuck in Spanish now,
No. Well, that's fast.
Trump very far advanced on China agreement ahead of Monday
Very far.
discussions. Very advanced. The talks, they're going great. We're so ready, actually. They're coming to the table with us in London. Great city, that, London.
It's a really
You been to
beautiful
London?
table.
Big
Do
round
enjoy London.
tables in London.
Arthur.
A lot of famous tables over there in London. Arthur sat at the table. God bless the queen. Now it's the king. You know what they say.
It's confusing.
It's confusing. They have to change. That's the great thing about America. We don't change our national anthem. It stays the same.
I think we should say God Save Trump in our national anthem.
God save Donald Trump. And he did on that July day when that bullet grazed my ear.
It was a great
Antidote-
year.
Antidote complex, but will bring significant funds. Trump
Oh.
is speaking to somebody right now. I don't know where he is.
Very complex. You won't understand it, but it will be good. It will
But we
be
got
great.
smart people, a lot of smart people in the room.
Mr. Trump, will Robinhood be added to the S&P 500?
Austria downgraded to AA from AA plus by Fitch. People forgot about that Fitch down or the Moody downgrade pretty fast.
Yeah.
Hey, this time was different. Pull that back up. This time was different.
Was different.
Much different.
Much different. Some could say better.
Some would say better, some say worse. I say for better or for worse.
So, you know, the bar is really low for Friday afternoon live streams, I feel like. So,
Yeah, we had some good content earlier, Evan. Let's give us some credit. We had some good content the
Missed
first
it.
like half hour, 45. Now we're almost 2 hours in.
I joined.
There was a lot of. I was like, honestly, I should have just pulled up your newsletter on screen and just been like, here's all the stuff that I forgot happened this week. 'Cause
Well, I
there was
didn't
a
send
lot.
it today. Oh,
No, I was saying like going
Yeah.
back to yesterday, day before.
it was a great newsletter. It was a wonderful newsletter.
Dude, the Trump impression, like it's so addicting. You get stuck in it.
I love it. I'm really bad at it too. I know it.
Support solidified over the last 24 hours. A lot of support. The great grand
It was great support.
grandioso for my Spanish friends down south. Grandioso is what they're calling this bill. It's the best bill we've ever seen. El mejor is what my friend Claudia Sheinbaum, the president of Mexico, she said, El mejor.
That is my favorite. Right? It's favorite. Maybe.
Mi favorito.
Yes.
Not looking good for the S&P. I'm more of a NASDAQ guy anyway. This is why. Now you see why.
Sometimes I prefer not to be included, you know?
You know, they try to include, they included me in a lot of things. Those corrupt judges from the left included me in a lot of things. Terrible things. Horrible. That's the word I cannot say like a New Yorker. Horrible. I don't know how you guys say it like in a
Horrible.
specific way.
Horrible movie.
Horrible. Horrible. It's like it with an A. I wish I could update the title of this live and just be like,
What the fuck?
like
Great.
WTF live waiting on the S&P website. S&P Global Maintenance. There you go. Robinhood's tweeting right now.
What are they saying?
Let's take a look. Robinhood, great company. Probably not getting included, but still, Vlad. I like the guy. Nice guy. Smart guy. A lot of smart
That's the
people over
guy.
there. All right. Let's see. Access insights, understand market trends, and invest with confidence. We recently made a small shift in your portfolio. Oh, it's just kind of a walkthrough of that investment piece. Robinhood strategies. Look at all these responses down here. How's the S&P doing? Hey, Hoodie, did you get in the S&P? But did you get into the S&P? When S&P 500. That's actually pretty funny. There you go. I like Shy's
What is that?
not our Shy, this Shy. Or the viewer Shy. DJT added to the S&P and Tesla removed. Shy, can I steal that and tweet that? Let me know.
Do it. Fuck it. Hearing rumors.
You know what? Screw you,
Like-
Shy. Shy, I like you. You're a good guy.
You're a good guy. Bro, I definitely should have gotten off a while ago.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when you stay this long, you're like, might as well stay
Maybe,
another 5,
bro, like,
and then it's like
fuck.
another 5. Trump. He's talking to reporters on Air Force One. Doge helped a lot. No plans to talk to Musk. I'm like wording this tweet out. All right, have a little fun on a Friday. Thanks, Shy. Appreciate the credit here.
Thanks for the
You got
credit.
Robinhood just shot down, by the way. You see my tweet?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Oh, you could have heard me that whole time.
Shy, you're the best. Hood is falling, by the way. That's what I was saying that. Look, that's people capitulating. That means people are done clicking on the link. We're going to get it any moment. Any momento. Oh, ya casi. God, we've been on for like 4 episodes of Pokemon. If you're in the song. I don't even know how to get this back to English. I like this one. This tweet made it very well.
How's it doing?
The people have spoken. I'm looking at Elon. The people have spoken. A new political party is needed in America to represent the 80% in the middle, and exactly 80% of people agree. This is bait. America Party has a nice ring to it.
The America Party. Great ring. It rings me.
You know,
the way you ring it.
Elon says he wants to create the American Party, but there's no one more American than me. Ooh, Trump considering next Federal Reserve chair. There you go. There's your headline. Evan, who's like your must follow non-stock person? Like, who do you pay attention to? I feel like you could go along with that.
Like Twitter, sports, I guess. Like Shams guys.
Shams or Schefter, Adam Schefter,
Yeah.
Rappaport, Rap Sheet.
Wrap up all what.
What about like for me, one of them's like AB. Like I don't know why. But it's like my guilty pleasure. Like
Nah.
he just cracks me up. I have to.
Who? No.
Website's trying to load now. Oh, hey. The website's back up, Evan.
There's no news on it.
It is moving down though. I wonder if people are like, oh no. Refresh your Twitter feed. Dadgummit, I posted this in the wrong spot. Trump is done speaking on Air Force One. Where's he going? This tweet is doing well. Shy's a beast.
All right, man. I gotta drop off.
All right, I'll hang out for a few more minutes because the website's working. But have a good weekend.
Yeah, I'll still have my mic on and listen for a second. So if it does come out right now, I'll still be here. But yeah, I'm pretty much just talking.
Yeah, I've got about probably 14 minutes and I'm calling it.
This doesn't normally happen, by the way. Normally, it's like when the website comes up, it's just there.
Yeah, normally it's within like like what you were saying earlier, I've seen happen multiple times. It's like 3 minutes or so, but it's making a new low. All right, well, welcome to the. If you're just joining. Vista Shares just getting some extra exposure here today. Shout out to them while we see if anybody at all gets in or out of the S&P. I know I keep watching this hood moving lower. Here I can just throw this. There's app back down to $400. And the website's back to broken again. I'm still making some comments here, even though it says you concluded on it. Or, well, maybe they're just reiterations. How many of you guys are still hanging out? The website came up for like 2 seconds. No updates. It makes me think somebody's working on the situation at least. Down 3%. Basically back to where it closed yesterday. It's up 3.2 today. There was a rumor that it would be after hours before this came out, which I'm not going to be here in an hour and a half from now. Oh,
Still nothing, I assume?
nah. The website loaded for one time and then now it's not loading.
I just wanted to make America great again. I couldn't even load the website.
Called the S&P. I told them, hold on, shut your website down. DJT should be getting in. There's no reason it's not in. Great company.
You know, we should be the largest holding.
Whoa.
Did you use in America? I don't know what it is. Is the noise? I unzip my backpack.
No, it wasn't you. It was my son. I don't know how. I don't even know what mic settings I even have going right now. The website was briefly a backup. Briefly.
Still nothing? Come on. You can do it.
I'm giving it until whatever, 7 minutes from now. Whatever time. Oh, website's back up again.
Every time they kind of get you in, and then it's.
How often do they do these rebalances?
Once a quarter. Normally, unless something gets like acquired.
Well, because like the Coinbase one was a
Someone
month ago. Say that again?
So I think a company got acquired that was in the S&P 500. So they might have.
Oh, so they had a spot that they had to fill.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, at least Shy gave me enough. Or Shay. I keep saying Shy. I don't know if it's Shy or Shay. We just had an entertaining tweet.
Carry on. How many posted it? What are we doing? I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're at 9K.
Hmm.
4 people bookmarked that. That's interesting.
And I said, weird guys.
Elon just responded to. Look at Omar's tweet here. You see this?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Elon just responded.
I said, great bell. Great bell. Bill Bar. Bill Bar. Alright. Come on. What are we doing? More than an hour. Yeah, this is done. It's not happening.
Just waiting on you to capitulate.
Well, I ended up I needed to go on a train, and I ended up being like, all right, I could rush out here and try and make it, or I'm gonna go for the chill one, catch the next one. So that's what I did.
I don't even know what that means. Hey, I might be coming to New York next month.
Oh, conference? Bitcoins?
The
Oh, yeah.
Guildmax bell ringing thing. July 11th, I think, 10th or 11th, like Friday.
11
I
day.
get there like Thursday night. Are you going?
Yeah. Maybe.
I think I'm gonna work it out. Probably be the last chance I get to travel for a few months, so why not? Never been to the Big Apple.
It's a great city. It's a great time. It never sleeps.
Minx just asked me like, if this was a joke. No. DJT, good company. Needed to be in. Yeah, the last thing we have is still anybody wants to know what got into the Toronto Stock Exchange? RB Global. Tilray got taken out. There's a tweet for you, Evan. Tilray got taken out of the Toronto Stock Exchange. Oh man. Could have grabbed a beer for this. I'm not gonna troll you on it anymore. So if you're just joining, all the tweets you saw like an hour ago, people were literally watching the hood chart and they saw this like pop right here, and they just started tweeting hoods in, hoods in. And there's the S&P website has been down this entire time. And there's been no announcements. The only announcement we have is apparently Pikachu turned into Raichu. No updates. No updates so far. App 11's about to make a new low.
All right, it's it. I'm done. Goodbye.
All right, see you, Evan. I'll text you if something happens.
Yeah, appreciate you, Dan. We'll talk later.
Sounds good.
We
I'm-
literally have to make a plan.
And he's gone. All right, I'm probably gonna shut this down. This doesn't look like we're getting anything. At least the website's back up and running. All right, team. Nothing's happening. If anybody wants to check for themselves, you can go. Evan posted the link earlier in the chat. Let me go find it. People are panic selling. Yeah. I mean, it's like people that put their lottos up there. They're like, here's the website. If you scroll up in the X comments, it's right there. But that's what the website is. The good news is, and if you're just joining, if you join late, this was supposed to come out at 5:15 Eastern. It's now what, 6:35, so an hour and 20 minutes late. The website itself was down for a long time. Like in the last 10 minutes or so, it started loading again. And I keep just refreshing and checking. I have multiple new squawkers and all this stuff. Nothing's going on, so. KC. Yeah, a lot of people tried to tweet. They looked at the chart, they saw the price action, they tried to tweet that it got in. It's always a list. There's always like 3 or so that get in and 3 that get kicked out or whatever. This is probably what we need to do. Just need to call, yeah, Gav, call Vlad and find out. What do we speculate is behind the delay? I don't know. I feel like we could speculate a lot of things. I mean, the website had issues, so that's definitely part of it. It's supposed to come out. I mean, hey, maybe they're not doing it today. That would be a shocking thing because everyone is expecting it today. There was one rumor floated earlier that I saw that they were going to wait until after hours trading was closed, but that doesn't sound plausible to me. So I don't know, just hanging out. I feel like I don't know what would happen if they just had no rebalance at all. I feel like I don't know. I don't know how they would handle that. I mean, surely they'd put out a statement at least. It's usually an hour and 15 minutes after the market. Like usually 5 to like 5:15. So 5:15 is when it's expected, and you could tell everyone in the world was refreshing the website. I mean, me, Evan, Jordan probably was too. We were all sitting here. I don't know, but Vista shares. Look, there's the lion we were talking about earlier. Animal spirits. I really like this AIS one's really interesting to me. It has all like the picks and shovel plays of AI. Like I go down here and it's like some of these companies I wouldn't think of, but they all like fit into the AI picture, like what's needed for AI, from nuclear to data center stuff, all these like solutions for it. Obviously Taiwan Semi, Micron, some big names, but Vertiv, some of these other mid-tier names you hear about. This Silicon Motion Technology Corp was an interesting one. I just started kind of researching these companies, and then I was like, why would I just buy some of these companies when I could just have a professional monitor it for me? Put AIS on your radar, especially if you like AI. Shy look. They're asking Grok. Only rebalancing announcement on the website is for the Toronto Stock Exchange. There's no way I'm sitting here for another hour if it's gonna be after electronic hours or after hours stream. Up made a new low. Hood almost made a new low, down 5%. These stupid bots. I'm so sick of these bots on X. Risk on. Website down. Website not working. All right, for real. We get to the top of the hour here. I'm done. Give it a couple minutes, then. Here's Hood making a new low. At least the website was working for a minute. There goes Hood under 70 bucks. Prices we haven't seen since Tuesday. Yeah, so Trump made a comment on Air Force One a little bit ago, and he was just saying that he's really close to picking a new Fed chair. But Powell's term is through May of next year, 2026. So just because he says they're like he knows who it's going to be or he may announce who it's going to be, like they have no idea, right? Oh man. Well, his tweet's doing pretty well. The only thing that showed up on the website still is this right here. All right, where are you seeing this? Bloomberg? I know multiple people with access to Bloomberg Terminal that are not haven't commented. where you heard that from. If there was no, I mean, I don't know the case. I don't know what the track record of this is, but if there was zero rebalancing, I feel like they would still put out a statement. S&P global keeps indice or keeps index unchanged or something. I feel like we would get that headline at least. I'm just curious. I'm curious where you heard that there's no changes because I haven't seen anybody report that at all. Actually, all right. How do I don't know how to copy and paste this. Let me see what feed that you're watching in. Are you on Evan's feed or Wolf feed? I'll figure it out. There we go. $4:48. That was like 13 minutes ago. So Bloomberg is reporting that there's no change. I don't have Bloomberg. What's the? I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking too, right? So like, there was no. I mean, when they put this out, there was nothing else. This when this came out, this should have had anything else that was coming out. I don't have yeah, like that's what's fishy. So this right here is what's fishy to me. You would think that they would they know everyone's watching for it and waiting on it. So you would think that they would put something out. That Bloomberg article is interesting, but I don't have Bloomberg. I'm trying to check with some sources. Do any of y'all have access to that full article? I don't have Bloomberg. The last time was in 2022. Oh gosh. I wonder if there's a historical list. I don't know. I'm thinking of maybe nothing here. This is an interesting theory, though, that you guys have here. I wonder if they just wouldn't put something out. I was gonna try to search Evan's page, but that was 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm running out of places to watch or to look, and I'm running out of posts. Enrique. So is that what that article's saying from Bloomberg? Yeah, I'm starting to see that too. I'm seeing some other people saying the same thing. Probably off that Bloomberg article, but who are they citing? I'm thinking, I mean, when there's smoke, there's fire, right? Seems like and I've got both of these. There's nothing's being updated here. I'm seeing some other people putting out that same thing. All right. Well, I guess the best thing we can do is go on with our life, assuming that Bloomberg and whoever their source company spokesperson. All right, guys. Wait, it says March and June 2022. So June of 2022, there were no changes either. Yep. Only 45 minutes left in after hours trading. App 11 now down 5%. Hood down 5.4. All right, team. Go check out Vista Shares, vistashares.com. It's down at the bottom of the screen. Wild is the new one that they just launched. It's very interesting. 2x daily strategy ETF. The AIS is the one that really. If you want to invest like Buffett, it's this Omaha. Omaha. This one's actually pretty interesting as well. For it's got Berkshire in it. It's got some other big Berkshire companies in it. AIS is the one that's most intriguing to me because it's got all the picks and shovels from AI. But go check out Vista Shares. Check out those ETFs, AIS and Wild. I like those. I'm gonna give this one last refresh, and we're gonna call it. Yep, nothing there. Nothing here. Hood down 5%. App down 5. Both down 5. Over 5%. All right, team. I'm out of here. I'll get the schedule out on Wolf Financial probably Sunday around Futures Open. Got a big week of spaces next week. And yeah, I'm out of here. Appreciate everyone.